Joe wrote for somebody to read at a convention. This was actually supposed to be a part of a, if we were doing a Babylon panel, like if I was sitting here with 3 or 4 other guys here, I would get up and read this. So any allusions to a panel, just make believe there's somebody sitting there. And this was just, this was in relation to people saying that the series was like canceled and other rumors. Shh.
You're wanted on the bridge.
We're hungry.
Is this the one where you're supposed to be wearing those scantily clad underwear?
Shh. Assuming that the panel has not yet taken place, please take this with you and read it at the panel. Actually, I have nothing to say. I haven't heard anything from J. Michael Straczynski. I'm making this all up. No, really. I made up the part about having a message from him. But if I actually had a message from J. Michael Straczynski, he would probably say this: Babylon 5 has most emphatically not been canceled. Our ratings continue to improve slightly from one quarter to another, and our demographics are nothing less than spectacular. Nothing will be decided firmly until late April and early May, but we have real hopes for being renewed. Last year at this time, I put the odds of renewal at 50-50. I now place them closer to 65-35, maybe even 70-30. 54-40 or fight. Tippy Canoe and Tyler too. Bibble babble wah, bibble wah wah bibble. And that's where the message ends. I'd just like to add a personal comment, thanking J. Michael for clearing this up for us, and that I'd be modeling the lace teddy I'm wearing under my clothes in the elm tree tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I would also like to know why no one on the panel looks like Ivanova, except maybe the gentleman on the left, the other left. And please stop that, we can see you. I also predict that when I sit down, the entire room will burst out in applause and laughter. Thank you. No, I'm not sitting yet. This was only a drill. If I were actually sitting, I would not be quite this tall. Is it cold in here, or is it just me? Thank you for your patience. I'm still not done yet. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. I absolutely, positively, categorically, and enthusiastically refuse to sit down. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, 20 I told you about. So now we got 21 is called Comes the Inquisitor, written by Joe, directed by Mike Vijar, and guest stars Wayne Alexander. That's all it says here. And we've been having lots of arguments as to who Wayne Alexander is. We're coming up with David Alexander, Wayne Knight. Nobody can figure out who Wayne Alexander is. And I don't think we've had that cleared up yet either. You know. And the final episode called The Fall of Night. Written by Joe, directed by Janet Greek, season finale, guest starring Roy Dotrice and John Vickery. And rumored to be the episode where we finally see what Kosh looks like inside the encounter suit. It's a ball of light, isn't he? The guy with the flashlight, that was that Joe up there when he was like story editor on Twilight Zone. And I knew Joe, his old Captain Power days, so it was a show I really liked. It was really the precursor to Babylon 5. Matter of fact, the character Tank came from a Mars colony called Babylon 5. Just for people to come up with names for a couple of items, because the lawyers didn't like the ones that he had. Actually, it turned out they were used by somebody, so you had to come up with a corporation that does terraforming and for a element that powers the Stargates. So he asked people for all sorts of suggestions, and basically both names came from the people on Genie. And he picked mine for the corporation, Universal Terraforming, which I did as a goof on James Bond. James Bond's company, Universal Export, which is the front for the British Secret Service. So I just created that instead. And of course, with all of Joe's underpinnings and stuff, he might actually use it that way, where it's a secret organization or something down the line. Who knows? Malibu is part of Marvel now, so I don't know what their stance is. Everybody's taking bets on how long Malibu itself exists now that the Marvel characters are invading their universe. They own the company now. So it just might become Marvel West, and Malibu will cease to exist. And Paramount didn't have a good time with Marvel the first time around, so I don't know if they'd want to go back and try again. They might be more faithful to the stuff this time, but, who knows. And then there's Dark Horse, and then there's, Image Comics, there's Topps Comics, who, would all like to get it, but, who knows? Or maybe Paramount to do it themselves. They could if they wanted to. They just got to sign up with a distributor and get the appropriate people to work on it. And there's enough of us who do the comics who are, capable of doing it. So who knows? We'll see come June. And if you see that DC Comics goes beyond 75, they got an extension till December. So then we'll have to wait till December to find out what happens. And you got a question?
Yeah, in relation to Babylon 5, and it's about to the aliens. Like, you have the Narn race and you have the Centauri race. And when I first viewed Babylon 5, the Narns are the warriors. And they seem to be a very strong race, stronger than the Centauri. But actually, it's turned out they seem to be the weaker, more persecuted race.
Well, they were slaves to the Centauri.
For some reason, I guess it's the physical projection of the Narn as opposed to the Centauri, and it doesn't.
Well, yeah, physically they are stronger and they're bigger, but obviously Centauris had the bigger weapons. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it was established early on that the Narns are pretty new at their technology. Matter of fact, it was established right up front that they're out looking for technology at all times, of all types. Right, and that was part of it. And that was more for it was a biological technology he was looking for.
Anything, huh?
Right, anything.
Isn't one of the reasons the Norns were the victims in this situation because they're a much more spiritual race than the Centauri?
Was that the reason that they've been persecuted by the Centauri just because?
They were there and they had
Right. Yeah.
It's like any Earth superpower that goes into take over.
Oh, they are. They've got their religion and their stuff that they do. So yeah, they definitely are. The Centauri are old Romans who are just out for debauchery and they're a dying race and that's it.
Where are they going with the Lynn's transition? She's just
Somewhere.
I saw where she had a bad hair day, and then she said she.
And you can blame that on Peter.
Never mind.
You can blame that on Peter also.
She's like, oh,
I talked to Mira about that, and she absolutely hated doing that. And I said, don't worry about it. This American toilet humor, they'll love it. she didn't, she's from Yugoslavia. She doesn't get that. She didn't understand. She thought it was very offensive. And I said, don't worry. The audience is going to love this stuff. And sure enough, on Jeannie, first thing, everybody's talking about that. Hey, that was great. That was
The character from the pilot, she seemed to be the most powerful.
Well.
And then they made her more mainstream.
They softened.
They softened her. That had to do with the fact that originally the the Minbari were going to be unisex, I guess you could say. They were people that transformed from male to female. And in the original story, Del-Em was going to start off as a male. That's why the makeup was so squared off, square jaw and all that. That was on purpose. And they were going to synthesize the voice altogether and alter it when the time came. So down the line, she was going to become female. That's what the change was originally going to be. But obviously that didn't work out. They didn't like the synthesized voice. And if you want to hear that, listen to the Minbari assassin in the pilot. That's what the voice was kind of like. They didn't like the way that turned out. So they voice-overed any mention of her being a him and just kept her as a female. What else can we talk about with Babylon 5? Anybody got any other questions?
I noticed that you've been increasing the appearance of Nanette and decreasing the appearance of Natoth.
Natoth, I don't know why she hasn't been around. I guess nobody's writing anything for her is all it really is.
Yeah, it looks like you're good.
Well, Natoth was just there last week. You realize that the lawyer in that episode was Natoth?
Yeah, the first one.
Because this year is a new Natoth. She didn't want to come back and wear the makeup anymore. Caitlin Brown. And that was her. She was the lawyer.
Oh, she was much, much better without all the makeup.
Yeah. She thought so too. That's why she didn't want to do that anymore. And Mary Kay Adams is Natoth now, and she was the one who played Quark's bride in the House of Quark episode on Deep Space Nine. The trivia piece in the episode, which I think it just aired with him in it. At the opening, he's there like doing some brain scanning on some guy at the opening sequence. The other Psy-Cop who's standing next to him, that's his wife, Judy. Little piece of trivia. But yeah, I guarantee Walter will be back next season. And you'll see, like I said, Lita Alexander's back for one episode this season, but there's things going on where there might be some changes coming up, which you'll find out in the next few weeks. Now, there are all sorts of things you're going to find out about Kosh and Lita and Talia and Delenn and, all sorts of stuff.
Approximately when is, since this is the time of year for season finale to be coming up, approximately when is the season finale scheduled?
Well, if they run all the episodes, it would be probably late June.
Best quality you would look for in a mate. Yes. Anger. Anger. Is anger on the board? No. 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 Do you have an answer? Poetry. Poetry. Is that up on the board? No. No. So we asked 100 male Klingons, what is the best quality you look for in a mate? You have the number one answer, you give us another one.
Warrior spirit.
A warrior spirit, is that up on the board?
Yes, it's up there.
No, it's not. No, it's not. How many X's do they have now? That's strike one. That's strike one. Next person, come on up. Come on up. We asked 100 male Klingons, what is the best quality you look for in a mate? Strength. Strength. Yes. Strength's not over. Next person. We asked 100 male Klingons, what is the best quality you look for in a mate? Courage! Courage! Is courage up on the board? No. No. Hey, why? That's good. Like, it was on my personal, it was on my personal list, but we asked 100 male Klingons, what is the best quality you look for in a mate? Passion. Passion. Is passion on the board? Yes, I would. Yes, yeah. All right. On the board. We asked 100 male Klingons, what is the best quality you look for in a mate? Lots of weapons. Lots of weapons. Well loaded. No. Okay, the Starfleet. A chance to steal. A chance to steal here. How many points up for grabs? We have 89 points up. 89 points up for grabs. Can you come? You guys gotta go 6 inches. No, say it out loud. Like, okay, straight, okay. Cleavage. Okay, what do we have to do? Cleavage. It's cleavage on the board. No. No! And they got the 89 points. So the Klingons are ahead, 89 to nothing. Let's play that next round. 100 members of Starfleet. What do you think is Captain Kirk's most famous saying? Yes. Where are the women? Where are the women? Is that up on the board? Where are the women? No. And do you have an answer?
Scott, give me an answer.
Spock, give me an answer. No. No, okay. We're going to go over here and see who gets it. Next in line. The question is, we asked 100 members of Starfleet, what do you think is Captain Kirk's most famous saying?
Me up Scotty.
Meet me up, Scotty. Number one answer. Number one answer. The number one answer. How many answers do we have on the board? 5. Okay, next up. Come on. Line up. Come on up. We asked 100 members of Starfleet, what do you think Captain Kirk's most famous saying? Give me more power. Give me more power. Is that up on the board? No. No. That's one miss. Next. Who cares? It's a terror. Who cares? It's a terror. Is that up on the board? Good answer. Good answer. That's 2 misses. Next up. Introduce Seal for the Starfleet. Come on up. Yes. Right. We asked 100 members of Starfleet, what do you think Captain Kirk's most famous saying?
Klingons, they killed my son!
Klingons, they killed my son. And it's going to be a steal for the Starfleet. How much steal? 62 points up for grabs. We have 89. We asked 100 members stayed the same. And your answer? Warp speed. Warp speed. Is that up on there? And what is the score now? Fire phasers. Fire phasers.
Number 4 answer, run away.
Get it right.
Number 5 answer is my hair on straight.
Is my hair on straight? The top 10 reasons to be concerned about the USS Voyager. Reason number 10, the crew are big fans of the HMS Bounty. Number 9, Prime Directive. We don't need no stinking Prime Directive. Number 8, it will be revealed that the new captain is one of Mudd's women. Number 7, the original script named the Captain Ginger, the First Mate Gilligan. Number 6, Delta Quadrant, there goes the neighborhood. Number 5, it's just another warranty claim on the Starfleet shipyards. Number 4, the new first officer, Native American and former terrorist, just found out the captain is a descendant of Custer. Number 3, they might get home. Remember what happened the last time a craft named Voyager came home? It spawned a terrible movie. Number 2, the holographic doctor is a leftover from the Clinton health plan. And the number 1 reason to be concerned about the USS Voyager is the defense system is controlled by a Pentium processor.
I have more news for you. About 2 weeks ago, the literary rights were sold to Warner Brothers, so it's going to be in all sorts of books, book form, hardcover, softcover, including the comics, of course. And then last Thursday, the deal was made to make it into a motion picture, full-length, live-action for Miramax, which is a subsidiary of Disney. So, as I say, I'm very proud of that. I don't know, it'll probably be another 2 years or so before it reaches you, but it's on its way, as I kind of knew it would. They're attacking. Black and white TV screen. This low vision enhancement system will help many people with visual impairments treat diseases like diabetes, glaucoma, MS, and muscular degeneration. And think what this might mean to a person who has never been able to clearly define a face, a landscape, or read a book. The write me a story when they want to save money. He worked until 4 o'clock Friday night. I mean, until 4 o'clock Saturday night, Saturday morning. Oh, that's this morning. Okay. Okay.
Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask them? Yes. How do I feel about this being the 25th anniversary of Kent State? Why not? I went to Kent State, so and I was there during the shooting. So I was running actually. I was jogging at I think it's 12:24, and I stopped and began to think about the fact that those shootings, those killings, ended up, of course, taking the lives of 4 people and maiming the lives of, I think, 6 others. And that 25 years has gone by, and that I was very lucky. I wasn't any further away than I am from you for one of the people who was killed. So I've had a pretty wonderful life since then. Another question? Yeah. Of all the roles I've had in the last half dozen years or so, probably the role that I enjoyed the most was doing Jack Tanner in The Man in Superman, which was played by Bernard Shaw. And it's a wonderful character. It's a wonderful play, and if you have an opportunity to sit down and read it. You know what? I don't have a favorite or anything. I have a lot of favorites. I have a number of movies that I think are great. I'll tell you what my, let's see, a favorite movie. A favorite sci-fi movie probably was, a couple of them might have been The Day the Earth Stood Still, The Thing, The First Alien, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Oh, they're all Bartok something, like that. The Bartok Electro-Fulminator. The Bartok High Energy, Low Gravity, they come up with endless. Yes, well, you know, I think that it's going to be, it is a lot of fun, and it's going to get even more fun.